Muchachos y muchachas. Okay, so I am working on two very important digs. Of course, yes, it is orbiting around Fashion Gate, Balenciaga Gate. So stay put for that. Hold on to your butts. And if you're not subscribed already, you're going to want to do it. Hello, guys. For those of you that are new, my name is Natalie Denise. I was one of the people who blew the whistle on Twitter mostly, on some of the Balenciaga items that were hidden in one of the photo shoots alongside with their very controversial, child with the very inappropriate accessories. There was another shoot where there was books in the background, and, we made big splashes in the water with that. Now, I want to talk a little bit about, this is going to be a quick video because, like I said, I'm trying to, make my digs on these two very important subjects. But I wanted to talk a little bit about how pop culture is at a tug of war. So, for instance, mainstream media, most of us, especially those who have been following this channel, we know that we've been at a tug of war with the media. And right now, it's so odd to see certain outlets that are still trying to keep their dirty little culture to themselves and kind of, label us that are concerned about this whole Balenciaga scandal as a particular faction of conspiracy theorists, right? And I wanted to kind of go through that because it almost seems like they're trying to protect Balenciaga in a way, although Balenciaga themselves have come out with apologies, and they have themselves come out with, statements. And so with this, I want to kind of illustrate the importance of why we are making such a big splash about this. And that's what brings me to talk about North. Kanye West, Kim Kardashian's daughter. And, this is being also circulated online that, she was actually wearing a bondage mask this last month for Fashion Week. And, we have to really question, what is the role of Kim Kardashian, Kanye West, who might have known about this? Who was the parental figure at this very time who was chaperoning her to Fashion Week, right? Who dressed her in this? Like, I have a lot of questions, so we're going to also go through that. But the tide is turning because we have control over the pop culture. We have a say in what goes and what stays, right? And there is a trend on Twitter, Burn Balenciaga, that is taking the internet by storm. Hold on to your butts. Secure your wigs. Stay right there. We're going to go through all of it. I'd like to thank the sponsor of this video, Get Mini Heater. As you know, the temperatures have dropped, and with the dropping of temperatures, unfortunately, comes a surge in our prices, a surge in our power bills, but you can save that. You can save your money by using a mini heater. You can plug this in anywhere. You can concentrate the heat without having to overheat your entire house, which you guys have probably already seen your power bills. They're astronomical. I know mine went up and I wasn't very happy about it. So getminiheater.com is where you can get this lovely little contraption that will save you money on your power bill. All right. So I want you guys to take a look at this photo. This is a photo of North West. She's walking what seems to be with one of her caretakers at Fashion Week with a bondage mask on. Now, a lot of people are also calling this a GIMP mask. I'm going to actually read out a definition of a GIMP mask to you because I don't know what it is, right? Like that's some weird stuff to me, but I'm going to read it to you and show you what this is defined by. Now, this is like a medical dictionary, I guess, or so they say. No, this is just medicaldictionary.thefreedictionary.com. Okay, so this is what they are defining it as. Bondage hood, redirected from GIMP mask. So obviously they have some form of relation to each other. And it reads out, an article of clothing made from leather, PVC, latex, rubber, spandex, etc., worn during BDSM sexual role play, which covers the head and usually the face. Bondage hoods are meant to dominate, depersonalize, and, S-word objectify the wearer. So really, this person is submissive. They're made to be submissive. Okay, let me finish this definition before I go off. So it's meant to S-word objectify the wearer with their consent or preference. The hoods can be completely closed and the breathing ports zipped and buttoned or snapped shut. Okay. So you guys know where I'm going with this, right? This is even uncomfortable as it is to talk about, because we're talking about a little girl. Northwest is a little girl. She's a child wearing this article of clothing that's meant to be part of the bondage scene. This is behind closed. Like, this is why it is important for us to make continuous splashes and noises about this. This is unacceptable. We cannot let a culture think that children can be objectified like this. But I mean, the fact that like this makes me wonder, does this have anything to do with Kim Kardashian being so silent for days? A bondage mask, guys. This is a child. This is a girl. And this is why I wanted to show you this, because now mainstream media, only certain outlets are trying to like keep this dirty little culture to themselves. New York Times, they actually called, let me actually switch it here. New York Times, they are calling people like you and I, who, by the way, let me make this point really quick. If you're watching me, you probably are a mixed diversity crowd, meaning you have different political views, you have different walks of life, you have, just there's diversity right now that are meeting at the bridge. There's a diversity in the crowd and the masses that is meeting at the bridge for something. And what I'm trying to articulate here is that this is an incredible point of our time, that we are all coming together for something, right? So with that being said, people have different diversities, people have different viewpoints, different religions, different things and that, but yet we all agree this is bad. But yet New York Times is saying that if you have a concern over this, I'm just paraphrasing here, but this is how I read it. If you have a concern over this, you are QAnon. Yeah, that's not me saying it. This is New York Times. You guys see it on the screen. It says, when high fashion and QAnon collide. Yes, this mainstream media outlet is calling you a QAnon conspiracy theorist, although Balenciaga themselves came out and said, oops, my bad. Yeah, kids shouldn't have been in the shoot. We're gonna put measures in the future to make sure this doesn't happen anymore. Balenciaga came out and admitted it. Okay, Kim Kardashian got backed into a corner and admitted. I was horrified. Not so much that it was an admission. I think that her statement was pretty lame because she's not cutting ties with Balenciaga whatsoever. But anyway, okay, so this publication here, the New York Times, is saying, conspiracy theories. So they basically, for this portion of the article, they're kind of describing Balenciaga as, they're known to be provocateurs and controversial and all these things. They've been doing these types of things, right? They're provocateurs. So when it comes to this photo shoot, they're kind of, in my personal opinion, the way that they described it, they're trying to kind of minimalize the impact that this had, right? So they're like, oh, they're controversial. They've always been this way, blah, blah, blah. So when it comes to this shoot, people were outraged because look at what they're saying. Look at what they're saying. Fox News, fueled by allegations that Balenciaga condoned child exploitation. The controversy has become one of the most explicit collisions of internet culture, politics, fashion, and conspiracy theories to date. Which, by the way, is an accomplishment. This is a milestone, actually. I love this statement. I love this. I love this. It is a collision of internet culture, politics, fashion, and conspiracy theories to date. I love this because through the lens of fashion, who would have thought that people were going to awaken to the perversion? Oh, guys, I'm telling you, you're going to want to subscribe because there's going to be more coming out. Okay. So I'm going to skip down to this part right here where they're calling us trolls. The internet is full of trolls. Why did this controversy take off? Take a listen to this. Online criticism of the campaign spread. The story was picked up across right-leaning media outlets. Guys, not only are you QAnon, you're right-leaning as well. Did you know that? Did you know that? You know, like, and it should not be that, okay? I'll be upfront and honest with you guys. I have more conservative leaning views, although I love you guys and, you know, I still welcome you. And I actually, once again, find it incredible that we're meeting at the bridge for this, right? But I will even say, like, as a conservative, I think that it's a slap to the face that they would even have to label you as a certain faction of political view because you believe that child exploitation is bad and that any depiction of child exploitation is bad, right? Like, you should still be able to have your own views and have a diversity of perception and perspectives. But the fact that they have to label you for denouncing child exploitation is just beyond. Okay. So they're saying, like, New York Post, Tucker Carlson, they featured this. And, you know, they said that it helped publicize a mainstream QAnon to the internet conspiracy theory as a group of Satan worshiping elites who run a child S-word ring are trying to control our politics and media. I mean, like, then why are you acting like Satan worshiping elites that have, like, fashion campaigns that have children? Because y'all felt too comfortable. That's partly our fault. Y'all felt too comfortable. I'm sorry. Y'all felt too comfortable. Let's rectify that. I apologize. You know, as an individual, I apologize. We're going to rectify that because nobody should feel comfortable enough to have that type of inappropriate theme as a fashion brand promotion. Okay. So, in all of their buffoonery in this article, they actually did have some new information, which I thought would be, you know, useful to include. So where did the copy of the Supreme? So if you guys remember, you know, in one of the photo shoots, there was a court document and a purse photo shoot that named the Ashcroft versus Free Speech Coalition. It was about child exploitation, you know, material and freedom of in relation to freedom of speech, which anyway. So anyway, this is just an update between the lawsuit Balenciaga filed, $25 million lawsuit filed against North Six, which is the production company, as well as Nicolas Desjardins, who was the set designer. So this is a little bit of clarity. The documents came from numerous boxes rented from a prop house. A lawyer for Mr. Desjardins, the set designer, wrote in an email statement. But all were supposed to be fake office documents, Balenciaga said in its November 28th statement. They turned out to be real legal papers, most likely coming from the filming of a television drama. And I have no idea or insight into set design and how that works. How they repurpose papers, I don't know. Balenciaga, which had the images in hand for months before their release, called the inclusion of the Supreme Court page unapproved and the result of reckless negligence. Mr. Desjardins, which is the set designer of the Balenciaga shoot, his lawyer in her statement said, "There's certainly no malevolent scheme going on. Balenciaga representatives were on set during the shoot, overseeing and handling papers and other props, and Desjardins, as a set designer, was not responsible for image selection from the shoot." Her client also reiterated had no involvement in the other gift shop campaign, which was the other shoot, the child shoot with the Gallenberty shooting the photo shooting the children and all that. Ultimately, image selection would have fallen to the brand, which in its November 28th statement said that it took full accountability for a lack of oversight and control and could have done things differently. Exactly. Which is why I'm personally confused as to why Balenciaga Wendy is taking responsibility for everything, but yet they still have filed this lawsuit against the set designer. So I don't quite know how this, I really think that people are going to have to throw other people under the bus on this. And we're going to find out more as they do that. Now, I also wanted to show you this headline from the Rolling Stone. Of course, you guys know Rolling Stone, they're going to do this. But I just like the audacity for them to even say this. Why are people convinced Balenciaga is promoting pedophilism, pedophilia, whatever. So they basically describe it, but they're trying to give like their reasoning. Why is the internet so convinced, dude? Why are they canceled? They apologized. Maybe because the entire culture has been trying to shove this in our faces to accept. Maybe because we don't want this to permeate and echo within our future generations. Maybe because we're fed up. Okay? Why are people convinced Balenciaga is promoting pedophiles? Because the multiple components that are being excavated on this entire matter really illustrate something dark. That's why Rolling Stone. But with that being said, pop culture is taking a turn on its own. As you guys know, people are fed up with this. And so Bryson Gray, who is a rapper, he came out with a song overnight, in the last few days, called Burn Balenciaga, in which he comes out with the video and he burns his own Balenciaga shoes. And this is onsetting a trend, at least on Twitter and social media, where people are now taking to their platforms to burn their Balenciaga gear. Now, will this keep up? I believe so. I believe so, but it's up to you. Do you want to see this fade away? It's up to you. It really is up to you. Or do we keep this going? Or do these people get held accountable? Or do we have a stronger public opinion? This is going to unite all of us because we should all be on the same playing field. Children are not for exploitation. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for following me on my social media pages. Once again, that's where you're going to be able to find my digs throughout the day. I am working on 2 digs right now. Please be sure to hit the notification bell and share this video out to your, social media, your group, chats, wherever you share your information. I love you all. I will catch you all in the next video. Bye-bye.